All right, good Wednesday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Kyle Dickens here at the KWQC Plus desk, and want to give you an update because we do have some changes in our forecast, and that includes first alert day that has been put out because we've got what we're tracking here is what looks to be a pretty bumpy afternoon and evening for some. So we'll jump right to it. Again, we do have that first alert day that is in place here, and that is going to be for this evening. And we're focused on areas north of the I-80 corridor. That's going to be the areas that really see the brunt of all this activity that we're expecting. Strong wind gust up to 60 miles an hour. That's for Cedar, Muscatine, Louisa County. That is part of it. We could see snow to the north of Highway 30. Everywhere else, gust around 45 miles an hour, still dangerous. That in itself, but then in addition to that, we are going to add some snow to this. And we've got some new advisories that have been issued for that. Difficult driving conditions and power outages totally possible here this evening. So what we've got here, you can see we do have blizzard warnings just off to the northwest of the QCA outside the viewing area. In the purple there, that's where we've got Joe Davies, Jackson, and also Carroll counties under a winter weather advisory. That's an area I still think that there could be some pretty difficult driving conditions here this evening. You're starting to see some of that activity off to our northwest. There is a pretty heavy area of snow you can see just to the north of Des Moines there developing. Very hazardous travel is being indicated here in the northern half of Iowa, where that area of heavier snow has moved in. We're going to have to see how this progresses, but blizzard-like conditions are certainly possible to the northwest of the Quad Cities. How far east this gets is still a question that's in play. But look at this. This is the wind gust that we expect here in the next couple hours. We get to about 5 p.m. That's really when this wind is going to start to increase, gusting as high as 40 to maybe 45 miles an hour. Then as we progress through the evening here, only getting worse. Again, you could see areas gust up to 50 miles an hour. We do have a wind advisory in effect for most of the area, but we do have a high wind warning in place for some of our counties. I'll break that down here in a minute. As we continue to progress through, it's not going to be until we get to the overnight hours when we see the wind start to subside. So it's going to be a windy night, and any driving out there just not going to be great, again, with just the wind. Then we add the snow into the mix here, and I do think that these totals are a little bit on the low side. I think that we could see some areas along and north of Highway 30 that could reach maybe 2 to 3 inches of snow. It's just going to be all dependent on how that cluster of snow or that heavy snow that continues to move through central Iowa. It's going to be a question of how that progresses. So I wouldn't be surprised if these snow totals come to the south a little bit and also increase a little bit. That should be coming here with some new model data, but that is what we're thinking right now. The next thing, we get through all this, and we've been talking about the dangerous and all downright extreme wind chills that we are expecting. Look at this. We get to Friday morning, 7 a.m., and feel like temperatures could be knocking on 45 below on areas north of Highway 30. All other areas definitely into the 30 below territory. So very likely that we're going to see some cancellations, delays for sure. I think there's no question about that. But once you get this low, and then air temperature is not going to get out of the negative territory here on Friday, it's not going to be a good situation there. So we're going to see a continuance of that. What we have now is an extreme cold warning in place, and we'll talk about that. You can see the blue there. That's the extreme cold warning. Underneath that, there is a wind advisory that's in place, but you can also see that tan color. That's where we have the high wind warning in place, and then the red indicates where we have the blizzard warning. So quite a lot going on here. This is a kind of been a developing situation too, as a lot of this has developed here in the last couple hours. Been looking at some of the conditions out to the west into parts of Iowa, where once that system started to move in, it looked like it was really starting to overperform, and that's why there is now not only the first alert day in place, but we have a lot of these advisories as well. So that's the concern. I'll go to some questions. I know some of you might have some questions here. Okay, that talk about weather, about exploding trees. Keith, that's a great question. That is the exploding trees. There is a post, I just saw this too myself. I'm not too concerned about exploding trees. So that is a dramatic post I saw myself. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay. Most of the time it's north of I-80. Yeah, it is. That is, I think, just more of a luck thing. but it does look like the majority, I think the brunt of this activity tonight, especially with the snow, is going to be north of I-80, so that's where it should remain. But again, to kind of recap here and kind of give you the idea of what we're dealing with here is we've got several advisories. We got a high wind warning that's in the yellow color you see there. That is for Cedar, Muscatine, and Louisa County, where we could see wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour. The red is a blizzard warning. It doesn't include anywhere in the TV6 viewing area, but I know we have viewers off to the northwest, and depending on how this all evolves, we might see that extended further into our region. And of course, the blue for the entire region is where we have an extreme cold warning. That's in place. That's focused on Friday into Saturday. So that's the latest here. We'll continue to keep you updated throughout the afternoon. If we do get any blizzard warnings or any extension of those advisories, we will certainly jump in and give you updates on that information and let you know. So for now, we're going to take it back here, and again, we'll keep you updated throughout the afternoon and evening tonight.